story out of Kenya. They arrested some Belgian kids for stealing ants. Finally, something sneaking into Mexico. This parasite might take a look at Mexico and go, you know what, I could do better. Who gave money so that they could watch the ants? Live with That's What I'm Talking About, the greatest podcast in the history of my basement in Jersey, not in Brooklyn. Brooklyn had a much better show. But this is from the America First Warehouse, the most patriotic venue in the land. The big face in the camera is Richie Schultes, a great comedian, one of my favorites. And all these assholes who do crowd work on Instagram and Facebook, and that's their whole act. I gotta say, the best crowd work I've ever seen is Richie Schultes, because he doesn't depend on it. He has all his material. You pay to see a show. He gives you one. But when the opportunity arises and some drunk asshole or just someone having fun joins in, nothing is funnier than when Richie does that. So welcome, Richie.
Thank you. And you know that the best because you've put me in situations where it was imperative that my crowd work was on the money because your audience was off the wall.
That is correct. And I enjoyed watching you get out of it. You know, I can't get out of a lot of those situations, but you can. And here's the thing. Here's the thing about you assholes out there who think you've figured it all out. When Richie's doing that, I know I can't do it like Richie. I pay attention. I don't go for a soda. I look, I watch, I write down his material, and I say it when he's not there. But anyway,
Hey, you've said it when I have been there. No, but here's the thing. Normally when I'm opening up for you, and I'm always opening up for you, it's never you opening up for me. Hey, John, close that door, will you, so we don't hear the sirens? I have an assistant too.
Yes.
That crowd is there to see you, and they really give you, your audience, I have to say, gives you the respect. And that's why you're not doing these videos on Instagram and these videos on Facebook of you trying to calm somebody down in the crowd or going back at somebody in the crowd, because they're there to see it, and they really do. They respect you, and they want to hear you. So you got two things. One, you don't have to do it. And number two, you'd be too stupid to do it. So
thank you so much. I appreciate that. Not calling me a retarded person or anything like that. Just stupid.
That's right.
You're garden variety idiot, you say.
Lack of intelligence. That's all it is.
Just lack of intelligence. And I got to say one thing, though. There have been times where people have come to the show and I tried, like, hey, so what are you guys doing? And people, I could see it. They're like, oh, I don't give a shit what that guy does for a living. I want to hear your jokes. And so that's a good thing.
Well, it's also too that they come to see you do your material. A lot of your audience have seen you before. They would be like, that's what we want. That's not, and to be honest with you, that's not what's truly in your heart, what you want to do when you're on stage. You're there to do your material. I know a lot of times you'll come in and you'll say to me, hey, man, I wrote a couple things and I added to this joke. And you want to go up there and do it. And the audience can feel that. And there's other guys who are great at that. You know, it's audience work, but as you know, most of that doesn't come from the top of their head. They've worked on that person.
Yeah, that's their material.
What you see them do, what you think is off the top of their head, is actually their material. And there's nothing against it. Some of them I think are very good and brilliant. I really do.
I believe 90% is shit. 90% is where are you from? Where are you from? Well, you got anybody celebrating any? Come on. I could get that anywhere.
Yeah, but if they ask, if you're a host, like I was at a show the other day, I was headlining, and I was the first one there, so the lady came up to me and said, "Hey, it's this front row's birthday. They want to do this little thing," and I said, "Yeah, I'll do it." And then the host came in, and I said, "You know, it would probably be better if the host, as long as the host can do it."
Right.
Host like, "Oh yeah, 100%." And of course, the host almost got off stage without doing it, so I'm yelling from the side, "Birthday,
Yeah.
birthday!" But
No, I think the host should always do that. But
right,
let's get into this podcast, Rich. Enough
okay.
about you and your
Let's stop
fucking
blowing
head
me.
games.
Let's stop
Okay?
blowing me. Yes.
The disgraziata of the week is the
Okay.
state of Michigan. The
Oh, okay.
entire state
Of
who
Michigan.
elected Abdul El Sayad as the nomination for U.S. Senate in Michigan. He is a devout anti Semite, a devout socialist bordering on a communist, which the gateway to communism is socialism. That's everybody knows that. And so the whole state of Michigan decides that it's time for a radical Muslim who hates America to represent our state.
Are
And
you
for
talking
that,
about, Fred? Are you talking about the guy who lives next door to me here?
no, that's the
Oh,
Delhi, the
oh,
Abdul
okay.
Sayed Delhi. I'm
Oh, okay.
talking about the guy who ran for U.S. Senate, and now he won yesterday.
Okay,
Here,
gotcha.
here's a couple of points about it.
All right.
His opponent, Haley Stevens, a woman, conceded last night. I concede, you won. Okay. The whole time she was talking about not voting for him, she was saying how dangerous it is, not only for Michigan, but for the United States. It's so dangerous for the Democratic Party to have a person this radical, this Jew hating, this anti Semitic to be our representative. As soon as she conceded, she says, I support him 100%.
Of course. Freddie, come on. I've said it all along, and you just won't get there with me. They're all full of shit. Listen, here's
Ah,
my friend said it the best to me the other day. He's a staunch Democrat. He's not out there. But he
right.
said, even though I don't like candidates, he goes, I got to vote what's best for me, and Democrat is where I'm at, and my first priority is to get a Democrat elected. And that's the problem with the world. No one goes, this guy is this guy is that. They go, what? He's a Republican, he's a Democrat, whatever it is. I got to get them in. The problem is with the Democrat, especially the very far left, as you know, you get someone like this, who I'm not aware of. I'm going to take your word for it. He's all the things you're saying, because in this
He
country,
said
you
it.
can be. Yeah, you
And
can
he
be all
said
these
it.
things. Yeah,
Right.
you can be all these things and be an elected government official. You couldn't do it 20 years ago.
Now, your friend, your
Mhm.
gay friend, I'm assuming, has
You
said,
got to narrow that down.
yes,
Okay.
he said that I got to vote for a Democrat because that's who represents me. Let me tell you how wrong that is. The Democrats are outwardly saying, even the socialists, every branch of the Democratic Party is saying, we represent the low income people who are trying to make it. We are the people who are representing the poor and the lower middle class because it's not fair. And that's how we get elected, they say. We represent them. So what they're saying is their whole voting block are lower income and poor people. So why would they push you up to make money and to be affluent and to break through? They'll lose you as a voter.
You forgot to add something. You 100%, you forgot to add something. They represent them, but they don't want them to ever not be that. They don't
Right.
want them to strive. They really, it's just some people are like that. It's like, if you got a boss that you're a good laborer and they got you cheap, They don't want you to become upper management or anything like that.
Right.
They are using you to the best they can. Now, those poor people or people who are on welfare, they want to keep them down like that, because once you get to the point where you go, all right, wait a minute, I worked hard, I made it. Now I see they were trying to keep me down there. And
Right.
that's what the system is meant to do. So if
Right.
you're
So why would you vote for someone who's dedicating themselves to keeping you down? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, well, no, you're missing. If you're a lazy fucking don't give a shit and you want to make sure that, you got a check coming every month, you don't have to do anything, yes, then that's for you. That's
And
for
that's
you.
for you.
Yes.
So now, I don't think these people understand about communism. Here's the thing. If you're saying, Freddie, I'm going to lift you up, you're going to make more money, I look into it and see how. Communism is not going to lift me. Venezuela turned communist. They were the most affluent country in South America at one time. They were the economy to resemble, to emulate everything. They went communist within a couple of years. They were so poor, they had to eat the zoo animals. In the zoo, there was nothing to eat.
Well, and again, that's what happens with communism. And I mean, it's been proven forever. In theory, it could be good. It could be good for some people,
but it never works.
That's right, because the people on top never want to be equal with everybody. Everybody's supposed to chip in their little bit, and everybody splits it up. That don't happen. The people on top take the big chunk of it.
We will be back after these messages with Richie Schultes and more stories.
All right.
Me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic place in all the land. Hey, I'm here getting cleansed up. You know why? Because Sugar Creek Goods is a great place by patriots, making patriot soaps, making me smell nice. And that's what's nice. Who wants to go down the street and smell of somebody bad in New York City? Hey, by the way, what's this thing for?
250 years ago, a nation was born. Built on courage, driven by freedom, defined by patriots who stood their ground. Today, we don't just remember that legacy, we wear it. This is more than a shirt. It's a symbol of strength, freedom, and pride. I'm Steve Stern, COO of theflagshirt.com, and I invite you to celebrate 250 years of the United States with us. Wear your pride, stand for something, get your shirts today.
You know what is more disappointing than Cheeto Bisconte, everyone?
My sex life?
No, bad cell service. Let's make fun of Gino. Oh wait, he's here.
Well, speaking of the opposite of his sex life, these people have towers that are huge and they're everywhere. And while you're traveling, you can use these huge towers, patriotmobile.com/ it bends to the right, I don't have to tell you, TAFW. And then you can talk about me behind my back.
Patriotic people doing patriotic things.
Today is a good day to be free. I cannot tell a lie. That show tonight, summer special, America 250, is off the hook.
It's me, Joe the Box, and I'm John the Blanket with the America First podcast.
That's what I'm talking about. The Fred Rubino podcast coming to you from the America First Warehouse.
Welcome, everybody, to the James Justice Show, tearing these airwaves apart with all the craziness that goes on in the world.
Welcome to the Patriots podcast. Good evening, everyone.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the On the Right Side podcast here at the America First Warehouse in Long Island, New York.
Shane Jenkins here with another episode episode of Liberty's Cage.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to our podcast, Red, Right, and True.
We are streaming live on America First Media and Television app.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Downey Jr. podcast. Be free, stay free.
We are back with That's What I'm Talking About, live from the America First Warehouse with Richie Schultes. Bonnie Scalisi cannot figure out how to get on, so she's out. And it's just me and you, Richie, so just hit your wagons, baby.
As it should be. We work good together. We work well.
We're very well together, except in a diner after a show. You always order the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen ordered in a diner every single time.
I want to try it.
No, it's a diner, goddammit. It's either eggs, bacon, fucking pancakes, or a burger. That's it. Not how's your chicken dumpling soup? I was like, no, Richie, no. Yeah. How's your chicken satay? No, Richie, no.
No, I get the gyro a lot, though.
I love a good
gyro. Yeah, most of the diners have that. If it's a Greek
place, you have to have it.
Yeah.
So we just covered the state of Michigan electing someone who pledges to be a communist when he can. And we just went over the fact that communism in Venezuela was so bad that they had to eat the zoo animals to stay alive. North Korea eats people. In their market, they have strips of human flesh for sale because you can't give away human flesh. It's it's marketable.
Yeah,
and
there's
so
good money in it.
It's good money in it. So I'm saying I go to the diner in Michigan with Richie Schultes after a show, and you're ordering polar bear parmesan.
Right. It's not polar bear, you're saying.
I'm saying it's polar bear because they have to eat the zoo animals soon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but how long can that last? How many polar bears can you kill and eat?
I don't know, because I can see them saying, look, we've been communists for 5 months now, Richie. What do you want to order? And you'll go, maybe the leopard linguine. Maybe because that's the way you are.
That's right. I try what's new on the menu. I try what's gonna have with it. Well, let me ask you this. I know you hate when I do this because I make you drag out your subjects. Was this guy actually elected, or was he given the Democratic nomination?
He won the election yesterday for the nomination to run against a Republican for the U.S. Senate seat. So he represents the entire Democratic Party in Michigan, and Democrats are falling over themselves to back him, even though he says Israel should not exist. Anti-Semitism things left and right. Get rid of the Constitution. I mean, he really wants to topple the country, and Democrats are lining up behind him.
Can I say one thing, though?
I wish you would.
It's like the mayor of New York. Everybody was so afraid when he came in. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. And I said to everybody, not going to happen. And there's several reasons that stuff doesn't happen. Number one, they don't have the power to do it. Let's give New York for an example. The mayor just cannot come in and say, okay, now the subways are free. Now, now we're going to open up a store and give everything. He doesn't have the power to do those things. And secondly,
or the money.
Can't do those things because it would never work. As soon as you know, if the subway and the buses were free for a month, there'd be chaos. Absolute chaos.
First of all, they'd all be homeless encampments.
That's right. And then when you get to the point, once they're in power like that, they're going to do whatever it takes to stay in power. So they get to the point and they say, all right, this ludicrousy that I've been preaching, I can't do. And if I try this again, I'm not going to be in office anymore. They're going to go, all right, well, I'm going to pull back on this stuff. So it's usually always that. When you're in there talking nonsense, say I'm going to do all these things, it can't be done. And once they're in power, they just want to stay in power. They really have no
what
agenda.
You're saying is whoever voted for him on those promises are assholes.
whether they think they're going to happen or not. Yes.
They're assholes. All right, we agree on that. Now let's move on for the WNBA. Are you familiar with this WNBA?
Is that a wrestling organization?
No, no,
Organization?
Richie.
Explain to me, Frederick.
There are a bunch of lesbians that play basketball. It's called the Women's National Basketball Association. There's the NBA and not the N you think. The National.
I knew where you were going. I knew where you were going.
I know what you think the N in NBA means,
No,
but it doesn't. It's the National.
I got you.
Okay, don't make that mistake anymore, okay?
My bad. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's why I come on this show to learn.
You do. All right. You'll grow. The WNBA had a very big crisis. Is that one of their players came out, who's very popular. Her name is Sophie Cunningham, and she said, "Listen, men do not belong in the WNBA." And she got a lot of pushback on it, and she says, "I am not political. I'm not talking about politics of any kind. I'm talking about the WNBA, and meaning national. The WNBA, where I play, should not have men in it. And trans athletes are men." And she got lambasted by some of the lesbians in the WNBA. How could the WNBA not stand for its own league? How could they be standing up and saying, "No, let's let men in the WNBA"?
Okay, let's break it down. Several reasons. The W, which I believe you're telling me is standing for women.
Women.
Right. Many of the far left cannot define what a woman is. So if you can't define what that W is, you got a problem right there.
It doesn't matter if you can't define it. If you can't define gravity, you can't just walk off your fucking roof. You're going to die.
That's
it doesn't change what gravity is. So if you don't recognize what a woman is, it doesn't change what a woman is. It's still, there's a guy. It's a penis. You know penises, and anybody knows penises. It's you.
Well, I've been fooled where I didn't know a guy. Let's face it. I didn't know what I was getting into at the time. And that's in my defense.
Yes. And it was more than a pinky, is what I heard.
My stance is now is men should not be in my bedroom. Men should not be in my bed. Tell me before you let that be my decision. So
I talked to an old girlfriend of yours, and she said there was never a man in your bedroom. So
yes. I know what you're talking about. She just called me on that the other day. The other one is I think some of them are just saying it just to say it, because even they know that a good college level male athlete
high school.
Well, I'm saying a good college. I'm not even saying high school. Just say a good college would go in there and wreck the league. Not a guy good enough to make the NBA. A good college player. Now, yes, a good high school player, a real good high school player, same thing. They'd go in there and they'd wreck the league. So they're never going to put that. If they did, that would happen. If it happened. Now, if you got a guy like, I don't know, a marginal athlete who said, "Hey, I want to play professional basketball," became a woman, they might go in there and be okay. It'd be like a guy like you and I who are athletic, but not to that level.
Maybe I would destroy that league and get a lot of action.
Yes, I'd mess with the lesbians. You know me.
I know you. You're a lesbian magnet.
I go for the hard cases. So number one, most of it is bullshit. The people who are against her are just talking nonsense. If it's the players in the league who are against her, I'm really surprised, because they know they played high school, they played college. They know when they scrimmaged against the guys or they played around against the guys, they got destroyed. And They know that. So any real female athlete is already going to know that. So they're not even there. I really believe they're just saying it for political purposes. The other people who are for it are people who've never played sports. I hear the loudest voices with that are dudes and women who have never. If you never played a sport and you can't understand that there is just some people who are better, even in men's sports. If you play softball, there's divisions of softball. There's guys out there. I used to go on traveling teams. I was good. I would play against teams that were professional softball players. If there's such a thing, it couldn't be. It wasn't even close.
It wasn't even close. And
Yeah.
you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of the fat guy at the bar drinking, eating nachos with cheese, and yelling at the guy who has world-class speed, who runs the 100 at record time, just got hit going 30 miles an hour and fumbling. Goes, he is shit.
He's
What
soft.
a shitty ass.
He's soft. Hey, you know the one that gets me is when I'm sitting there watching boxing and somebody's going, that guy's a pussy. I go, yeah, that's easy to say drinking a six-pack on the couch. You just didn't get punched in the liver.
Exactly. So I agree with you. A lot of people for it are non-athletes or just really, they don't care. They don't care about the sport. They just want to look like they're this liberal, loving, inclusion person who is just trying to fight for this person. Meanwhile, not giving a shit about all the young ladies who are putting in 8 hours a day training just to be good enough to play with other women.
Yes. At an
Now,
elite
we
level.
will be back in 3 minutes. We will be playing with other women, and we will get to the bottom of more of these facts and figures after this.
It's me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land. I've been there, I looked, I tried to see. Here I am in New York City, watching a nice sunrise. Not really. I'm in the warehouse. I'm telling you about a conservative organization, not the AARP loser, left wing, forget about it. This is where you need to be. You get everything conservative menus. America.us/TAFW.
Most people think they have options when searching for the best deals when they travel. But here's the shocking truth. 100% of the major travel agencies are owned by just two entities, Expedia and Booking Holdings. They claim to offer the lowest rates, but due to the hotel rate parity agreement, they all have the same pricing, limiting genuine competition. When you book through these sites, you act as your own travel agent, but the profits are going to organizations that don't support our patriot values. We cannot allow that to continue. So, we decided to make travel great again by starting a US-based travel membership platform, mypatriottravel.com. We are patriots helping patriots. Together, we can disrupt the travel industry by not spending our hard-earned dollars supporting the radical left. For just $29.99 per month, you gain access to true wholesale rates on travel, saving you on average 35% and up to 65%. Book as often as you like, with no limits. Keep your hard-earned dollars in your pocket and spend them on things you need and want to support. Go to mypatriottravel.com/TAFW and grab your membership today. mypatriottravel.com/TAFW. Making travel great again.
Are you a true American? Then it's time to get connected. Download the America First Media and Television app and stay up to date with real news, bold voices, and live events from the America First Warehouse. From national broadcasts and exclusive shows to comedy nights, concerts, and special events. It's all right at your fingertips. No filters, no spin, just America First. Download the America First Media and Television app today and be part of the movement.
It's me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land.
The America First Warehouse, a beacon for all to see, a symbol of unity. For the patriots of America,
with That's What I'm Talking About. Richie Schultz is in the house. We're still talking about the WNBA and how they aren't backing Sophie Cunningham. And all she said wasn't political. She said trans athletes do not belong in the WNBA. And the response to that was people were asking her about it, and she says, look, I said what I said. It's not political. I'm not even telling you what political side I'm on. I'm talking about my sport. Women deserve to have their own sport. In response to that, let me find who she was. Cheryl Reeve, the head coach of the Lynx. Nobody knows WNBA teams. So I could have said the Apollos. I could have said the Clams.
You could have made up anything, and I would have went, well,
the Clams, huh? I didn't know about them.
There must be a Massachusetts team.
Yeah.
Rhode Island.
The
Rhode Island
Seattle
Clams.
Shrimp Boxes. She was Cheryl Reeve. Puts on a shirt. The next game she played, her team plays against Sophie Cunningham team. A shirt, not her team shirt, not a suit, not a jacket. She's put trans kids belong.
Where?
Well, she didn't say, which meant that instead of addressing what's going on in the WNBA, she made it political. She's trying to create this atmosphere that, oh, you're a trans kid, you don't belong. I don't know any parent that would go anywhere and see a trans kid and go, hey, you don't belong. I've never met such a person.
That's right. Yes. They exist to the point that they might say that they don't believe the trans. They think it's all nonsense, especially a kid, all that stuff. But if they're in the room, they're not going to sit there and belittle that kid. Whether they believe what the kid believes or not.
They might not want that kid to box their daughter.
Yeah.
Okay? That I can see. So this woman,
you know what's weird? That's the only situation where they probably want to have the guy have sex with their daughter than anything else.
That was creepy.
To switch the kid. I'm talking about children of the same age. I'm talking about like 16 years old.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Disclaimer. Let's put the disclaimer in.
Yeah.
So now let me just tell you one thing about the WNBA. The WNBA, no one watches. No one ever watched it until Caitlin Clark became such a phenomenon. And she is a white, straight woman. And she has come under such scrutiny and she has become harassed on and off the court, punched, choked. No one suspended. So they hold it against her for not being political. She refuses to be political. She says, I'm here. This is the game. I'm great. Do you know that the WNBA would not exist if it wasn't for being subsidized by the NBA?
I did know that. I didn't know.
The N is national.
I got you.
Rich?
I'm going to keep that in mind. Yes, I'm going to keep it in mind. I'm just going to say NBA so I don't get messed up. Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably the
NBA word.
Yeah. I got to be politically correct. I knew that. I didn't know to the extent that it is.
The extent that it is that if they stop, the league is out of business. Now, Caitlin Clark comes in. All of a sudden, revenue is through the roof. Revenue for WNBA merchandise is up 500%.
And they're still not making a profit. The league is still not making a profit. How about that?
Caitlin Clark's jersey is up 1,000% her jersey, which means that her jersey is making millions and millions of dollars. Her jersey makes Her jersey is the second highest selling jersey in all of basketball.
Professional basketball.
Stephen Curry is number one. Caitlin Clark is second. Stephen Curry plays in the NBA. The NBA, Richie.
I got you.
You know N. You know that N. The big N.
I got you. Okay.
Okay.
NBA. I got it.
The big N.
That's right. I'm just going to say NBA. I'm not going to try to break it down to the actual words because
Good, because I'm watching you.
All right, keep an eye on me.
So her jersey is second only to Stephen Curry, which means her jersey makes more than all the other jerseys put together in the WNBA.
Combined.
So why not embrace that? Why not embrace it? It's just like, let's say you are now part of a comedy troupe, 4 other comics. And now you're making 1,000 times more than you were making. Would you be out there saying, I don't like these guys. These guys are shit. No one should. It doesn't make sense.
It's already been done. When Dane Cook took the other 3 comedians out, Bob Kelly, I forget, wasn't it Bob Kelly, Goulman, and I can't remember who the host was. They went out. They all talked great about Dane Cook, excuse me. Right. I don't know how they talk about him now, but why would you talk badly? He brought you out. Now you're a big name. I'm going to give you a better example. It'd be like when Hulk Hogan first came out in wrestling.
Right.
Hulk Hogan made everybody money. No one talked bad about Hulk Hogan back then. If you were a professional wrestler, even if you were a jobber, if you were in the WWF, which was called, and I'm saying WWF, regular F stands for Federation.
Women, faggot. What is that?
Yeah, the F is Federation.
Federation. That's what I meant.
I know you did. Just want you to get it right. But you didn't hear a bad word about Hulk Hogan because even the guy who was that jobber on a dark show, and a dark show means, it was on a TV, people were going to come out to see wrestling. Oh, that, I saw that guy wrestle Hulk Hogan on TV last month or whatever. I just want to see wrestling. No one talked bad. Now they talk bad about him.
Now they bad about him because he was pro-Trump.
Whatever it was. It was, with many reasons. But when people were making money, they were smart enough. Now, there's a business that's smart. There's a business that knew when to keep their mouth shut.
Yeah, because you know why? Before Hulk Hogan, they're playing the center over here. They're playing this place. It holds 300. It holds 500, but it's going to be on a telecast. Then Hulk Hogan is part of the ticket. 5 nights at the Garden.
Yes. Listen, and and here's the difference now. With wrestlers, they get a percentage. They might get whatever their pay is going to be, but they get a percentage of the house. They get a percentage of whatever. So they know with Hulk Hogan there, all that stuff goes up. In the WNBA, they got their contract and that's it. So they're figuring I'm making my $200,000 a year or whatever they're making. It doesn't matter to them. And they're stupid because they don't see the long game. It's short-sighted. They don't see the long game. Respect and support each other. This is our league. Let's make. I don't know what happened. Can you still see me?
Yes, but it's for the good of the league. That's what it's all about. And you being part of the league, you're going to make a lot more money.
Yes.
So it's just like, that reminds me of Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan starts doing insane things, crazy, fantastic. All of a sudden, you're going to see the Bulls play the shittiest team in the league. That shit team that had 3,000 or 2,000 people come to see them. Now when Jordan comes into town against the Cavaliers when they were shit or the 76ers when they were shit, all of a sudden you can't even get tickets.
Sell out. It's a sellout.
Sellout.
And it's the
so
same.
How can you not love Jordan?
Right. Well, it's the same with Caitlin Clark. That started happening. She started showing up, and people who never went to see a game, she would go into a stadium and there'd be 17,000 people. That was unheard of before her.
Unheard of.
Playoff games in their hometown, championship games. Game number 7 in the hometown. This is it. The place would be 1/3 full at best.
1,500 people.
Yeah, it all changed. But and that's always been this thing with the real athletes, with the female athletes. They know when John McEnroe said that Serena Williams would have been the 200th maybe best male, but not even, he said. And they go, well, why wouldn't you say she's the best? Because she's not. And then they asked her, she goes, listen, my workout partners, he beats me all the time.
Right.
Then it's Ronda Rousey said the same thing. Hey, listen, I'm making a lot of money. I don't care about how you want this fee. I'm not going to get involved. I'm making a lot of money. And she even said, obviously, I'm not going to be John Jones or Rampage Jackson. They said it because they're in the sport. They understand. It would be like you saying, listen, I can't go and open up for a Richie Schultes because he's that much better than me. It's the same kind of thing, but you accept that. And you have.
I don't accept that, Richie, and I'll never accept opening up for you. But let's go. We'll be back in a few minutes with the final story or two. We'll lighten it up. We still don't understand how the WNBA as a whole, as an organization, does not support women's basketball. It's shocking.
I'm against it myself. Goodbye.
You're up against the backup.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. People at the warehouse are always asking me, Gino, you show up smelling like freedom every day, even though you live in the cesspool that is the socialist New York City. How do you do it? Sugar Creek Goods. Sugar Creek Goods is made by patriots and has a full line of incredible products, including soaps and lotions, and even this that you use for your dog, Patriot Puffs. My wife makes me use that. But people, please, get your own. Go to sugarcreekgoods.com/TAFW. See ya.
The America First Ultra MAGA Store. For all your MAGA needs. We sell t-shirts, tumblers, flags, hats, sneakers, bumper stickers, and a whole lot more. The most patriotic America First retail store. The America First Ultra MAGA Store.
Hey, Paul, I was having a pillow fight with Gino's wife.
Me too.
Yeah.
She's not supposed to stay up that late.
I have the video. And now let me tell you, talk about soft. When I think soft pillows, I think of, other than Gino's wife, mypillow.com. Because these are the best pillows you're ever going to get. You can go to mypillow.com /TAFW. Go now, get your MyPillow. Right now.
Are you a true American? Then it's time to get connected. Download the America First Media and Television app and stay up to date with real news, bold voices, and live events from the America First warehouse. From national broadcasts and exclusive shows to comedy nights, concerts, and special events. It's all right at your fingertips. No filters, no spin, just America First. Download the America First Media and Television app today.
I got to tell you, a lot of my followers are asking, hey, Midnight, where are you getting all that energy from? I say, you want to know the truth? I take about 25 milligrams of Adderall a day. But that eventually ends, and then that's where Agara coffee comes in. I start drinking this stuff, and it boosts my energy. It shoots me right through to the moon. If you're not drinking Agara coffee, and you need that extra boost during the middle of the day, I'm telling you right now, get this into your system, and I promise you that it will absolutely take you to a whole nother level. Midnight, I am out. 1, 2, 3. Woo!
It's me, Joe the Box, the America First warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land.
The America First Warehouse, a beacon for all to see, a symbol of unity. For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free. In the America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
We are back with That's What I'm Talking About, the greatest podcast in the world, from the greatest venue, the America First Warehouse. We are here, Richie Schultes, Freddie Rubino, FredRubino.com. Come see me live or don't. I don't care. We got another topic. 3 apartment employees allegedly executed by their tenant this week.
Apartment employees. What was their job, Frederick?
Their job was to run the parking garage in the basement.
Oh, parking.
On the bottom.
I thought you said it it was an apartment parking garage.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
So it was in St. Paul, Minnesota. Apparently, one of the tenants had a dispute with them, went down and shot all 3 of them. Now, I'm going to tell you the guy's name who did the shooting.
Okay.
Tsigab Adamasu Benesu. Tsigab Adamasu Benesu.
Irish dudes, they don't usually violent.
Tsigab. He looks like a Tsigab.
Was he a first generation American?
I don't think so. I don't think his family had a great grasp of vowels and consonants and how they work in a word.
Yeah, some countries don't have that.
No.
Some
Like
countries
I
don't.
know sometimes you'll be in a cab or somewhere and the guy's name is out there and there's letters you've never seen before.
Together.
Right. It's like an A, an E, an O, and the fucking symbol for beryllium, and then a T and a B.
And then you ask him his name and he goes, Phil.
Exactly.
And then you go, thank you for that.
Thank you, fucking
you're appreciative from him not embarrassing you by not being able to. Yeah, well, it's funny. We've never said words that had K ends, B's right next to each other. It's a very hard one for our mouth to do.
Right. And this one, his first 2 letters are T and S. We have the S and T. But they did the T and S, which is disgraceful. Let me tell you, you see somebody with a name like this, just call the cops. Just call the cops immediately. He's going to do something.
Or certainly don't confront him in a parking garage.
Now, here's the beef. Here's the beef he had.
Okay.
He wanted to cancel his garage spot.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, we're sorry, you just signed the contract. You have to honor it, which doesn't make any sense.
God forbid. So wait a minute. What you're saying is the guy pledged to do something at a certain price.
No, he signed the contract.
Right.
First of all, for the month, do you know how much the parking was in his garage?
$817.
$65.
Where the hell was this? Minnesota, you said?
St. Paul, Minnesota. Holy shit.
Mine's in the garage right now. It's been there since 7. If I get it out for 65 in one day, I'm going to be happy.
And so he signs the contract. I'll take the spot another month. $65 again.
He made a pledge in writing for a certain amount of time.
So he goes and says, hey, look, I'm not going to use the apartment. First of all, you can't sublet that? Nobody wants that for $65?
No, apparently not when there's a bunch of people with those names running around the building.
I guess not. So he wanted to cancel it, and they said, no, you have to honor it. Just don't pay it, dude.
Right.
What the fuck? Just go down and say, look, I'm just warning you now. I told you to rent it if you can. If you're not going to, I'm not. here's a letter. I'm signing it. I'm canceling it. Don't bill me. This is Hazumanamasu saying that I will not do. And they were like, no, it's too bad. And he went, oh, yeah? And he went and got a gun and shot him. Now, he said, I just sold my car. I'm sorry. I sold it. I don't have a car to put there. I don't think listen, I'm not saying they should have died, but maybe they should have said, oh, look, the guy don't have a car anymore. But $65, he would have been better off going up to him and say, all right, give me $15 each one of yous.
Well, there's a lot I don't know here. Are these guys just employees? Maybe they didn't have the authority to say you can't pay. Maybe they were just employees that were just saying, here's a contract, we have nothing more to do with it. Or were they actual owners of the garage who said, no, we're not letting you out of it?
But here's the thing, if you don't pay, you don't have a car. It's not like they're going to say, sorry, you can't park here. You didn't pay. He doesn't even have a car. Just let it go.
Yeah, or bring him to court.
Well, I don't think they have it's a witch doctor, I think.
Yeah,
There's witch doctors and shamans. Bring them to the shaman.
Here's what I've been to think, Fred. If they went to court, when the bailiff was trying to call the case and say the guy's names, the judge finally would have went, hey, do me a favor. Give him let it go. Come on. We're going to
rename him Phil.
Yeah,
just call him Phil.
AKA Phil.
Because they used to rename people a lot back in the day. So now, $65, 3 people dead. He sold his car. If I'm the judge, I go, $65? Hold it. Throw it out. I'll pay it. I got a car. I'll put my...
Yeah. How far away is it? There's got to be more to this story. There had to be some words or it just seems like.
Now, here's a...
You know how much a gun costs?
It's got to be more than $65.
100%.
And you can get a lot of spots on the street with a gun.
Hell yeah.
So, this guy, in the story, when I was reading it, there's always stuff in the story that you look at. I don't know whether it's because we're comedians or that's the way our mind works, but we'll read something and go, why did they put that in there? And he says that he called when Benessu, that's his last name, Benessu. You know, Italians always call people by their last name. Hey, Schulters. Hey, Rubino. Hey,
you know,
Benessu.
that's the one vowel that the Italians never use at the end of their name. No Italian last name ends with U.
Nothing.
That's right. So, you know that's not an Italian name. Even though they do.
Yo, Benessu.
That's right. It's not going to happen.
After he did it, he called his roommate and told him that he just shot 3 employees because they wouldn't let him out of the lease, which was very nice.
And his roommate went, what? You should have just told me. I would have took that spot for $65.
I would have slept in that spot for $65.
What? You know, his roommate went, you mean that good spot you had? Yeah, what's wrong with you? I wanted that. I never wanted to say anything.
Benessu, why you do this? I would have taken this spot.
I want the spot.
So, I just thought that was so nice of Benessu. If you're his lawyer, I would say, look, he's a nice guy. In fact, he called his roommate to tell him, hey, guess who's not going to be paying rent for a while? I'll be doing 40 years to life.
Hey, he knew he wasn't going to need that parking spot. Say what you will.
Now, if I'm his roommate, I say, hey, you're responsible for that rent.
No, his roommate should have went, hey, listen, can you still get it back? Is there a way? Can we undo this?
Poor Benessu. You
Did
know,
he go
the
to
new-
jail? Did they say if he went to jail? What happened?
Yeah, because he called his roommate and said, "Hey, this is Bamusu. You know those guys who wouldn't let me."
Manesu.
Benesu. You know those guys who wouldn't let me out of the contract? I shot him. I shot all three. Oh no, Benesu. So now the roommate has to sublet his half of the apartment. He's probably got to get rid of. I guess he gets to keep the furniture, right? All those
Gets
rugs
furniture.
made out of animal hides all
They
over
are
the
human,
apartment.
are a human hide. But here's the thing: when he advertises it, he goes parking available.
Yeah. I think now that the part. First of all, everybody in St. Paul's like $65. 60. I'm going.
What neighborhood is this? That's got to be the biggest question of all. No one goes, he shot him, or they went, what, 65? Where?
$65.
Where is it? Now,
You
why
were
did
better
you-
off buying an abandoned van, putting it there instead of putting your stuff in storage. Just pay the $65 and keep it in the van.
Yeah, go down and get. Yeah, no, that's the great thing about that story. No one asks any other question. There's got to be some more behind it. Are the guys all right? He shot. Was it a rifle? Was it a pistol? I mean, did he shoot him in the garage? That question was never asked. As soon as it got to $65, everything
Jumped off the
stopped.
page.
Yes, that's right.
Richie, thank you for being on. You're always a pleasure. Go to fredrubino.com. We love you. Thank you, Richie, and we'll be back maybe never.
I think next week.
All right, next week.
All right.
For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free. And the America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be. America First Warehouse, a beacon for all to see. A symbol of hope, a symbol of unity. For the patriots of America.